Hello world, welcome to Rex Arthur TV. This is the Rex Arthur Show where we discuss LGBTQ issues with an LGBTQ approach and an LGBTQ perspective in an LGBTQ plus planet. And we are focusing on the news, breaking news. Of course, it was broken earlier in the day, and Britain is still making its mind up about Brexit, and they voted. The parliament took a very important day to vote over 8 options for the country to the paths to go by, and it's a very nice. I liked the system because this is where we are now. We are in the outcome system, outcome based system, the AI system, because AI is basically all about outcomes and decisions. There are very many decisions you can make about life, and whichever decision you take has an effect, has a consequence. Now, Britain had these 8 outcomes or 8 decisions. There was one decision either to be in EFTA, EEA, and then the common market was another decision, and the revoking Article 50 was another decision, and the customs union was another decision, and the Labour Party had its plan also for Brexit, and then there's the no deal, and there's a trade arrangements, and then you have the confirmatory vote, meaning any decision made by the parliament should be taken to the people again. Now, I loved the system and I analyzed it, and I was asking myself, this is very interesting. But I said to myself again, what will happen when they take one of these routes? Do they have a contingency plan? Have they foreseen what happens if each of these routes is taken? Like the one I'm scared of. Okay, now I had to arrange it like this. This is my own editing, and I wanted to look at where the parliament is staying, where the parliament, their mind. And some of the media personalities on the mainstream media have said that the English parliament is a Remainer parliament. And I've said that that is the reality. From the votes that took place, the parliament is Remainers. So what's going to happen? Brexit is going to die, and UK will remain in Europe. That is my prediction based on the voting. Of course, someone may say it may change, but okay, now look at this. 442 voted. Now, the English Parliament, the Parliament in England or UK, has very more than 500 MPs. So, for each option, you have freedom to vote or not to vote. So, the fewer the votes, the more it's not really what I want, and I don't even want to discuss it. I don't even want to vote for it. But the more the votes, it means it's a very important thing, and I really want to vote for it. And that's what happened. To the confirmatory vote, this is proof that the MPs value their people, because whatever they decide, it will go to the people to decide, to confirm that this is the way we want to go. So what does this mean? Britain is going back to another vote. According to this assessment, 442 voted, 471 voted, 477. Then from here, 560 voted. Now, just because it's voted doesn't mean they agreed. So sorry, I'm not put it very well, but I think I have it here. So in the trade arrangements, 422 said no, but 139 said yes. Confirmatory vote, 295 said no, 268 said yes. So look at that, 268 is the highest yes in the whole voting. Then revoking Article 50, only 184 said yes. And Labour's plan, 237 said yes. They tried, but it was still not enough. Customs Union, 264 said yes, this is a conservative plan. So it was also close to this one of the confirmatory vote 268. So it's very tight. This one of customs union, and then you have EFTA 377 said no, and common market 283 said no, and no deal 400 said no. Unbelievable. So what does that mean? The Brexiteers are very few. Yes, that's the reality. Because if people wanted Brexit, if they wanted Brexit, and look at where the no deal is, 560 voted, meaning very many people came to say no. They didn't want a Brexit without a deal, because they know what it meant. It would mean the end of the Britain. So so what does that mean? If they wanted no deal, believe you me, no deal would have won, and Britain would be out. So, but because they didn't vote for no deal, and the most yeses went to deals that want to stay near EU or want to have a deal with EU, then it is a sign that Britain is more remain than leave. That's what you need to understand. It's more remain than leave. So it's going to be a very interesting year for Britain, and very grueling. And someone was asking me, but why are you focusing so much on this? I said, excuse me, this is a very important thing, because it will affect the EU's stability. You know, if Britain succeeded, actually now EU has won, Europe has won, because people have the parliament is looking for a deal. Even if they leave Britain, they still want to work with EU. I mean, if they want to leave EU, they still want to work with the EU. But if it was a no deal Brexit and Britain succeeds without Europe, that's the end of EU, because other countries will leave and they will say, oh yeah, we can stay alone, we don't need Europe, and then that's how the EU would collapse. But because Britain wants to, even if they want to really leave, they can't live without a deal. That is a sign that EU will still remain relevant in Europe, and it will not collapse as some people would have foreseen it collapse. So that's what you need to understand. So it's a very important thing, and it affects the whole world, the world economy, how people trade with each other, and that's what Britain needed to understand. And as I told you in another Brexit video, Britain had to really look at this thing. It's very important. It involves the constitution of Britain, because Scotland is waiting for England to say no, to leave EU. They go to EU and they leave the kingdom, and that will be the end of Great Britain, because Great Britain has been Great Britain for 400 years. Yeah, so that's why we focus on that. It's because it involves the economy of the world. Okay guys, so we're going to watch and see what will happen on Monday. It's going to be a very interesting day, and we'll see which way Britain has decided to go.